This is DME and you are listening Radio Intersect.
Welcome everyone. I'm Khyati Anand. This is DME Radio Intersect and you're listening to the Great Indian Piñata. The scheme we will be discussing in this episode is Prime Minister JAN DHAN YOJNA. Launched on 15 August 2014, the scheme aims at eradicating financial untouchability by providing bank accounts to the poor. On the inaugural day, a record 1.5 crore bank accounts were opened across the country, the largest such exercise on a single day possibly anywhere in the world. But what exactly is the Prime Minister JAN DHAN YOJNA? Prime Minister JAN DHAN YOJNA is a national mission on financial inclusion encompassing an integrated approach to bring about comprehensive financial inclusion of all the households in the country. The plan envisages universal access to banking facilities with at least one basic banking account for every household, financial literacy, access to credit, insurance, and pension facilities. In addition, the beneficiaries would get RuPay debit card having inbuilt accident insurance cover of Rs 1 lakh. The plan also envisages channeling all government benefits from centre, state, and local bodies to the beneficiary's account and pushing the direct benefits transfer scheme of the union government. The technological issues like poor connectivity, online transactions will be addressed. Mobile transactions through telecom operators and their established centers as cash out points are also planned to be used. Moreover, an effort is being made to reach out to the youth of this country to participate in the Mission Mode program. The JAN DHAN Yojna also aims at eliminating corruption as it would facilitate routing of subsidies directly into the accounts of the intended beneficiaries. Special benefits given under the Prime Minister JAN DHAN Yojna scheme are as follows. Interest on deposit. Accidental insurance cover of Rs 1 lakh. No minimum balance required. The scheme provides life cover of Rs 30,000 payable on the death of the beneficiary subject to fulfillment of the eligibility condition. Easy transfer of money across India. Beneficiary of government schemes will get direct benefit transfer in these accounts. After satisfactory operation of account for 6 months, an overdraft facility will be permitted. Access to pension and insurance products. The claim under personal accidental insurance under the JAN DHAN Yojna shall be payable if the RuPay card holder have informed minimum one successful financial or non-financial customer-induced transaction at any bank branch, Bank Mitra, POS, e-com, etc. Channel, both intra and interbank, that is on us and off us within 19 days prior to the date of accident, including accident date, will be included as eligible transaction under the RuPay Insurance Program 2016 to 2017. Overdraft facility up to Rs 5,000 is available in only one account per household, preferably lady of the household. Account can be opened in any bank branch or business correspondent, that is the Bank Mitra outlet. The Prime Minister JAN DHAN Yojna accounts are being opened with zero balance. However, if the account holder wishes to get checkbook, he or she will have to fulfill minimum balance criteria. To open a savings bank account under Prime Minister JAN DHAN Yojna and avail benefits, an individual can visit the nearest bank or institution designated by the government, fill a form and submit copy of any one of the following documents, which are Indian passport, driving license, PAN card, voter ID card, Aadhaar card, ration card or Narega job card. Not everyone has valid documents required to open savings bank account under Prime Minister JAN DHAN Yojna, especially people from rural areas. But still, such individuals can open account but with limited functionality. Such account under JAN DHAN scheme is called small account. The only document required is self-attested photograph along with signature or thumb impression. However, for all such individuals, submission of address proof would be mandatory before 6 months are over after opening the account. Now we will take a short break.
भाई तू वोट डालने नहीं गया? भाई एक ही दिन की तो छुट्टी मिली है, रेस्ट करने दे। और कौन सा मेरे एक वोट से फर्क पड़ता है?
भाई वोट तो सबका मताधिकार होता है, एक एक वोट से ही सरकार बनती है। इस अधिकार का इस्तेमाल कर।
ठीक है भाई, तू कहता तो चलता हूँ बदलाव की उम्मीद के साथ।
मत देना तो हर नागरिक का है अधिकार, करें सही से विचार, ना करें इस अधिकार को बेकार।
Welcome back to the Great Indian Piñata. We are discussing today about the Prime Minister JAN DHAN YOJNA. There are many benefits of the JAN DHAN YOJNA for individuals submitting all the valid documents required. However, for those who cannot submit the documents will not be provided with the checkbook. The monthly maximum withdrawal limit would be Rs 10,000 and the account would be active for only 1 year. The scheme is the dawn of a new era in the lives of several Indians who have so far been excluded from any access to formal financial services. It is a comprehensive effort with equal emphasis on both rural and urban areas. It aims to cover each and every household, offering a basket of services and is not limited to merely opening a bank account. The scheme ensures that the poor have alternatives and they are aware of various financial products. It also works to ensure that they know the importance of insurance and pension in their lives, saving them from turning to money lenders. The mission will bring the poor to all-round inclusive growth and development where each individual gets his or her rightful share. The scheme has been envisioned with gender equality and women empowerment. The lady of the household has been given priority in opening a bank account and credit facility. The women get an opportunity to fulfill their needs through the microfinances facility and women self-help groups offered under this scheme. This will not only generate employment avenues in rural area, but in particular ensure women empowerment. Loans under the Prime Minister JAN DHAN YOJNA. As incentive to new account holders, they can avail an overdraft up to ₹5,000 on their savings account, which will be given at the discretion of the bank. This loan amount would then be further raised to ₹15,000 if there is timely repayment of the first loan taken by the account holder. This provision of overdraft on each savings account is to primarily make cheap credit available to ordinary citizens in India who would have to otherwise depend on money lenders who charge very high interest rate. The overdraft will only be given to those savings accounts which have been linked to an Aadhaar unique ID. This is to prevent fraud and ensure that the individuals do not open multiple savings accounts with the aim of cornering the credit facility. The JAN DHAN YOJNA scheme has taken a leaf from the microfinance sector in India, where microfinance companies initially provide a small loan and only later increase the size of the loan disbursement when the microfinance client has successfully repaid his first loan. This ensures that only creditworthy individuals with the financial capacity to repay get loans. The Prime Minister JAN DHAN YOJNA was recognized by Guinness Book of World Records for the record on the most bank accounts opened in a week. That is, 1.8 million bank accounts were opened in a week. As per records of Finance Ministry, more than 273 million accounts amounting more than 65,000 crore have been opened under the scheme, as reported on February 15, 2017. The scheme is said to be a move towards the nation's biggest financial achievement, but at the same time, it has been reported that this JAN DHAN YOJNA can cause different issues and challenges for both the individuals and government. A huge number of farmers who are not properly educated do not understand why the government wants to open new bank account or how they are going to access the overdraft and many other facilities. Now we will take another break, and after the break we will discuss some other issues with the JAN DHAN YOJNA scheme.
ये वो आवाजें हैं जब कोई व्यक्ति अपनी नजर सड़क से हटाता है, अपने आप पर करे एक एहसान, वाहन चलाते वक्त दे सड़क पे ध्यान।
सड़क पर ना चलाएं लापरवाही से गाड़ी, क्योंकि किसी के लिए कीमती है जान तुम्हारी।
Welcome back to the Great Indian Piñata. Today, we are discussing about the Prime Minister JAN DHAN YOJNA. Although the scheme has been regarded as a landmark in the banking sector of India, but certainly there are a lot of loopholes in the scheme. Some of the issues with the scheme are increased accounts but no transactions. This is undoubtedly a huge task, and a lot of bankers feel that this project is going to drain a lot of resources of the already economically affected industry. There are a few points that are not in favor of the inhabitants of rural area. For instance, the insurance coverage on the name of the account holder are linked with the transaction history of the account holder. People in rural areas in most of the time do not have any major transaction records to show, and this can inhibit the insurance coverages. There are a lot of instances that a huge number of accounts are just frozen because of no transactions, since a lot of account users are there who are really poor to have income of making bank transactions. And thus, the reactivation of old account takes several weeks or months. The number of accounts might increase in bank, but it cannot be said that there will be any increase in the number of transactions. False overdraft facility. Coming to the overdraft facility factor, it needs to be mentioned that initially, while the opening of bank accounts, it was mentioned that this facility meant the government shall provide Rs 5,000 in the newly opened bank account as a mark of subsidy. But this was not the scenario. The people who opened new account did not get the overdraft or subsidy amount. Thus, the overdraft facility offered by the present government seems to be a false facility for a lot of people who have opened the account, and this can be said to be a major reason the JAN DHAN Yojna might fail. Improper activation of RuPay cards. A lot of blames have been put on factors like rural areas do not have poor connectivity, electricity, internet and ATM facilities. This results in improper activation of RuPay card issues by the government, since those cards need to be activated in ATM. The PIN numbers of the card become useless since it reaches a long time after it should be activated. Account activation requires these factors. It cannot be denied that there are such issues, but while conducting the project of JAN DHAN Yojna, these factors were necessary to consider before taking up the project. Though the Prime Minister JAN DHAN Yojna is a milestone in the financial sector and the growth of the country, we cannot overlook the challenges and issues concerning the scheme. That's all for today's The Great Indian Piñata episode. Keep listening to DME Radio Intersect. Good day and good luck.
This is DME and you are listening Radio Intersect.